Your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Colette Boyd. Here's a look at the top stories we're following today. UAW President Shawn Fain making a major announcement in the ongoing strike with the big three automakers.
So today at noon Eastern Time, all of the parts distribution facilities at General Motors and Stellantis are being called to stand up and strike.
Fain says the union is closing down all General Motors and Stellantis parts distribution centers, impacting 38 locations across the country, including 2 in Genesee County. The UAW has called on workers at the Davison Road Processing Center in Burton and Flint Processing and Swartz Creek plants to strike. Well, during today's morning address, UAW's president also updated the union on ongoing contract negotiations.
We do want to recognize that Ford is showing that they're serious about reaching a deal. At GM and Stellantis, it's a different story.
Now, Fain said Ford has improved their offer on eliminating wage tiers, will reinstate, that is, cost of living adjustments, will allow the workers the right to strike, enhanced profit sharing, and will convert temporary workers to full-time after 90 days. General Motors and Stellantis contract negotiations still seem far apart as union proposals continue to be rejected. Stay with TV5 for continuing coverage of the ongoing UAW strikes on air, online, and on the TV5 mobile app. Now here's Diane to look at your forecast.
Today is the last day of summer, but we have a perfect bow on the season with a summer-like forecast in mid-Michigan. You'll find that we are still tracking above average temperatures for today and still some minimal rain chances. The chance going to be very low, but it's not exactly 0%. And then that means tomorrow is going to be the first day of fall. Speaking of fall, a lot of us are going to be asleep by the time that the season rolls in, because that's going to be coming in at 2:49 a.m. But by the time you wake up, we have a great day in store weather-wise. Mostly sunny skies. It'll be warm, it'll be dry, and highs maybe not exactly giving you that fall feeling when they're going to be around 75 degrees. The whole weekend itself, though, is going to be picture perfect. You're going to have sunshine for both days, dry weather both days. And if you're going to be running that 5K Saturday morning, we'll be in the mid-50s and warm up into the mid-70s come the afternoon. A very similar forecast on Sunday as we start out in the mid-50s, though a touch cooler, just by a few degrees, as we'll be into the lower 70s on Sunday, and maybe a few more clouds that try to come in, but still the sun is going to win out on the weekend forecast. That's also been a big driver helping to get those temperatures up. Today forecasting another 80-degree day, and then we're into the 70s for the weekend. But as we go into next week, it looks like autumn is going to say, hey, I do want to come and play with those 60s that are going to be in place. But that also gets us very close to seasonal conditions. You'll find that the average high today is set at 71 degrees. As we work on that cool down, there's not a lot of rain, though, that comes with it. Dry weather not only for the weekend, but into next week, as we'll have a mix of clouds and sun. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye if we can break out even more sun and bump those temperatures up, and even watch into that long-term forecast.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.